1, 2, 3, tuning into what's hot like a cup of tea. The purpose live, it's time to feast with BLT icon, bringing you the heat. Static on the dial and the crackle in the air, feeling like a rebel in the days wear and tear. The BLT icon pouring out the noise, tuning into the...
All right, well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do when the burp at the bar runs wild on you? You know what, fellas? It's good to see you guys. I wish we could have been under some better circumstances of what's happened in the last week. And even today, what is today? January 28th. So last week, somber note here. So those of you who haven't heard, we did lose the immortal Hulk Hogan. We did lose the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. We did lose the guy from the Cosby Show. His name was I don't remember his name, but he played in some other shows as well as like The Resident. He was a doctor there. And now today we did lose Ryan Sandberg. So been a rough week for common household names, but got to give a shout out to the Hulkster, and unfortunately everyone who did pass. But it will always be fun to talk like Hulk Hogan and what you gonna do, brother. So you know what? The burp bar today, we are gonna run wild on you. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, fellas. You know what? Let's start it off. Luca, we're at the bar. What you drinking?
Well, this is the part where I was going to bring out my bat and take a bite out of its head, but not that motivated. So instead, I'm going to go Husk Brewing once again with the Mexican lager. So,
okay. Ooh, there you go. All right, and Bildo, what are you drinking today?
Water.
water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks.
H2O.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, water it is. Well, fellas, I did a little bit of calling around today, and I did find some. I found some real American beer from our boy Hulk
awesome.
Hogan. So
That's pretty dope.
tipping my hat to the Hulkster today. Gonna have a real American beer. Wearing my Tampa Bay hat just for him, as he loved Tampa Bay, and I think he lived in Clearwater. So, you know what? To the Hulkster, here you go. Let's go.
And
Let's get the bar
didn't
started.
that guy die like 3-4 times? I think the Undertaker killed him once in a pay-per-view. I mean,
Of course.
is there a chance he could come back from this?
This
I
one.
think this one.
I think this one's it.
No.
I think
All
this
right.
one's it. You know, I am
Sorry,
going to miss
Hulk.
him though. It was although he was 72, 73 years old, wasn't in the limelight anymore. It felt like a different world knowing that Hulk Hogan was still there. So gonna miss that a little bit. He was just an icon of wrestling entertainment, of entertainment itself. All the movies he did. I know he said some things that were not great. You know what? But I'm gonna just remember him in my personal views. And same with Ozzy. Ozzy said some interesting things, did some interesting things. A quick note, I think one of my favorite things was watching the Osbournes Believe, or the Osbournes Want to Believe. It was a show. And he always used to talk about like ball lightning and how all the ghosts and paranormal things are ball lightning. And he'd always be like, that's fucking weird. So just some of my family's favorite memories of Ozzy. So
Which was a better TV show, reality TV show? The Hogans or the Osbournes?
Osbourne, for me, Osbournes. I'll let you know.
Osbournes were pretty good. Watching Ozzy just scream around the house and not know what the heck is going on half the time. And you guys, 2 kids, Jack and Kelly, who are just doing whatever the heck they want.
You know, I gotta share this about Ozzy real quick. It was something really cool. It's gonna come up on screen here, but it's a picture of Ozzy in his chair at his last concert. But so this is from Kenny Earls. So Ozzy, this is what it says. Ozzy knew this was it. He stayed off of his pain meds and to be lucid for the show. And he raised over $190 million for children's hospitals and Parkinson's research. I can't think of a more metal exit for this world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that right there is awesome because, the Prince of Darkness, he was just he was a guy. He was a dad. He was an entertainer, and I love that he went out doing that. So you know, I tip my hat to Ozzy. He will definitely be missed.
He did go out on top, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
That's crazy. 2 weeks after his last performance, that was he legit knew it was he was done. And way to go out on your own terms. That's
exactly. Yeah. He did everything his own way, which is awesome.
That's iconic.
You know, okay, let's turn this around a little bit. Speaking of icons and iconic, I think something iconic just came out. I'm personally a fan of it. Watched it. I think we've all watched it. Happy Gilmore 2, fellas. It's been 25 years later since the original Happy Gilmore. I want to hear your thoughts. Billy, why don't we start with you? Tell us what you thought about Happy Gilmore 2.
It's been like almost 30 years. I think it was like, actually, it's been 30 years.
Oh, like 96?
96,
yeah.
So yeah, approaching 30.
Damn, okay. I rounded down.
Okay, I get to go first. I'll say, dude, I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved the throwbacks. I loved the nostalgia. I loved all the cameos. I loved the shout outs. And I really liked all the little hidden Easter eggs in it. Well done. It was well done. I laughed. And that's what I went into it hoping. I'm like, I hope I laugh at this the way I laughed at the first one. So awesome. It was awesome. I loved it.
Okay. That's awesome. Luca, let's give us your thoughts. I know you might have a little bit of a different.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't shot in the same limelight as the original. Original had simple humor, and it's because it was the first one, you know. Summer, his wife dying right off the bat, really pissed me off, but at least we got to see her in the nice lingerie still. So, I mean, they worked that out. That was her name in the...
It was Virginia.
No, Virginia. Oh, son of a gun.
Bruh. Oh my God,
Luca.
Hey, I was drinking during the movie. Let's throw that out there. But finding out she died and there's no real character evolution with Adam Sandler in it, I was like, all right. But the one thing that got me is, there's a ton of cameos, but it's like every single one wanted to have their little tidbit in there. And it was like, you just crammed one too many jokes in there that it was one after another after another. I never got to recoup from the first one and laughing from the really funny thing to laugh at the next thing because it was just too much, I feel like. And I was just like, I get it. With technology, some things change. How you shoot things change. So I kind of got around it. I think there was definitely a hidden meaning, and there was a big dig on live golf. You had to have like more exciting golf and da-da-da-da. And I was like, that's kind of cool. They did pay homage to a lot of people who had passed away from the first movie to this one, which I thought was also cool. So, I mean, overall, would I watch it again? Probably. But it's just not the same. It's different. I was hoping to be a little bit better. I think I had too high of expectations going into it. But, I mean, hey, technology, AI, whatever. It is what it is.
Okay, that's fair. I think I'm going to go along the lines of, for me personally, I absolutely enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was funny, and I enjoyed all the cameos, seeing all the different people, and giving them a chance at acting. And they're all people that we know, right? So I don't have any issues with all the extras that came in. Multiple wrestlers were in it. Eminem was in it, like the jackass guy. That was well played. Then he gets torn apart by gators or alligators, whatever they are, crocodiles. So that was also kind of funny. And then he's like flipping, Adam Sandler or Happy Gilmore the bird at the end when he's up in the clouds, right? Like that was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, right, reprising his role. So it was really good to see the people who could be a part of it were a part of it. Yeah, as a family man, I did not like seeing his wife pass away right in the first few minutes. Spoiler alert, kids, don't listen to us if you haven't seen it. Getting right away hit in the head with a golf ball, like damn, that was crazy. But you know what? They needed that for the plot line. And I think I'll end this by just saying I'm so glad that they took the time to do it and to make this, because it felt like it was revisiting something that was done really, really well in the 90s. I think it was done really, really well. The only part that gets me is now I'm kind of sad because I think that closes the chapter on Happy Gilmore.
Oh
Right?
yeah, it
Like,
totally does.
so it's done, but at least we got to enjoy it. So I will say that. But absolutely love the movie. Sad that they closed the chapter on it, but I'm glad they at least went back and did it. So it's good to see that. It'd be nice to see maybe some of these old movies, older movies, maybe some can't get a sequel, but I think we should talk about some of the ones that were really, really good. What do you guys say? You want to dive into some of our old favorite classic movies?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Let's jump into it. Let's let's just rattle off. Billy, rattle off some of the ones that could be a favorite movie, a sports movie for all time of yours.
A sports movie of all time.
Yep.
That's so hard for me. It's a loaded question because there's so many sports movies that revolve around my childhood. Then there's so many movies that will revolve around my adulthood or my young adulthood, where it's just a completely different vibe. So it's just so hard to
There's a lot there
to pick. Two that stand out for me for two different reasons. One is The Sandlot.
Okay.
I always loved The Sandlot. That came out at, I think, just the perfect time for me at the age that I was when I first saw it. I mean, when it came out, I was around the same age as the characters, maybe just a little bit younger. It was boys being boys, playing ball, chasing girls, getting in trouble, the bond of a group of friends, and of course a big slobbery dog.
Yep.
What more can you ask for? It's an underdog story in just a couple of ways. You have the nerdy kid that moves to a new town, gets picked on, meets friends, gets a little cooler. And also when they play against the other group of boys, like the other group of boys are, preppy douchebags wearing their matching uniforms, and the Sandlot boys roll up in their raggy clothes and they just put the smackdown on them. It's perfect. I'm going to keep rolling here for a minute because then on the flip side of the coin is, for me, Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
I love Denzel Washington. I think he's just a brilliant actor. He kills all his roles. And this movie, to me, is one of the best because I like that it's loosely based on a true story. It tells the story of racial integration. You can feel the tension. The movie warms your soul when they unite. Then it breaks your heart with tragedy. Then it makes you feel good again. It just puts you through just a range of all your emotions. And it's just one of those movies that I always have to watch if it's on TV. And I just think the acting was just superior in that movie. So again, kid movie, Sandlot, adult movie. For me, Remember the Titans.
That's awesome. Two really great movies that are just, they epitomize the times as well. So very good choices. Luca, what are your favorite sports movies?
So for me, I'm going to go a little bit older. I'm going to say I was in high school. It's about that time when sports were the most closest to me, I think. And I'm going to go with Varsity Blues. I mean, Dick Hole of a coach, all that. And seeing, Paul Walker and Allie Larder, just an awesome cast. Being super young, it was a really cool one. Another one for me was Coaching Carter, which was also based on a true story. I own that movie and I still watch it to this day. Like, it's a really good movie watching young adolescents grow up in a not so good neighborhood, and all they had to look forward to was that high school senior year of basketball. And the previous year they only had 3 wins, and to go through what they went through and have a man such as Coach Carter come through and mold those men, it's like, man, that's pretty dope. Mm-hmm. You really don't see that adversity. And then I got one more that I just think is the greatest movie ever, 42. You guys already know. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is one of the most well-told stories of Jackie Robinson, or of anybody, like an autobiography type of way that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's another RIP, isn't that Chadwick Boseman? That played that one.
That one kills. Like
Black Panther. He was in multiples because remember he was in Draft Day, right? He was the linebacker at Ohio State. Yeah,
he was also Ernie, the running back for Cleveland in another one, the Shuttle or something like that.
Okay.
I thought he was in that one too, as coming in right after their big running back. So he was like the next one up.
Okay.
Those are all good picks. Good picks.
All good picks. Yep. No, I can't complain about any of those either. For me personally, a lot of my favorites, you guys have kind of touched on them already. I think the two that I'm going to bring up, number one, the first one I'm going to talk about probably is Major League. That is just such an all-time favorite. I know, Luca, you talked about it on a previous cast of ours, but it's just one of my.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. It's just such a great movie. Like, it's just funny. It's out there. It's just like whenever it's on, I'm watching it. Joe Boo, right? Like, it's just everything about it. I love it. So I'm gonna say Major League is there. Me personally, my number one is always probably going to be The Waterboy. And again, another Adam Sandler sports movie. So for me, it's The Waterboy. Growing up, that was it, right? Like I thought I had his kind of life. I mean, I'm not a smart kid. I'm not a smart guy anymore, by any means. Right? So, and my mom and, I back then, wanted Vicky Valancourt. Fairuza Balk was just, I had a thing for her. But beyond that, the comedy, just everything about it was just a typical Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, and I'll just throw this one in there too, a very underrated movie, Love and Basketball.
Oh.
It was a funny story. Katie, my wife and I, we went to the Dells to watch REO Speedwagon in concert, and we were literally snowed in because it was a blizzard up there. And so at the hotel, we just this was like on loop, and we ended up watching it like 4 or 5 times. But just such a good movie, it's just one of those, and living, learning, loving, things like that. And so I'll go with that one. So those are like my top 3. Although I can't forget about The Little Giants, right? That's when I grew up, and there's so many more we got to talk about. It's Draft Day's in there, Varsity Blues.
Blues is good, yeah.
You hit 2 of the most iconic with Major League and Waterboy. I mean, Major League was so good back then that they made another one and another one. Like, they just kept going with it. And the second one didn't disappoint either. Once you got the third one, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, third one I was kind of I'm done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they
one
so
is
good, though.
I only need to watch number 1. I don't need to watch number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I can. But I haven't even. But no, those are all great movies. I mean, there's so many good sports movies out there that there's so many that I still want to talk about, and I feel like we're not even doing due justice to some of the movies that are out there. There's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do a Google search, figure it out. Get our
Rudy, Brian Song, those are all out there as well. Draft Day we didn't
Hoosiers,
talk much about. Hoosiers. There's so many, and there's another movie coming out now. It was called like Senior or something. It was about this guy. Do you remember the movie Fantastic Four before Marvel got a hold of it?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that played like the guy that turns into the Rock thingy. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But he plays it. He's like an old guy that had 1 year left of eligibility, so he decides to go try out for the college football team. So that movie's coming out. I'm curious what that's like. The program. The program is out there. That's another one we'd have to talk about. There's just so many. Oh my God, Friday Night Lights. You think of that?
Oh yeah.
So,
that's a good one.
That's another good class.
Invincible, Mark Wahlberg. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one too.
Man, I think some of our listeners need to tell us some of their favorites.
Yes.
I'm curious because I know we're missing so many.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many that are popping in and out of my head right now. Let us know.
Little Giants made me think that it was first of all, okay, let me back up. Little Giants, it made me think that you can just drive a go-kart around town all the time.
How awesome would that be?
Because that's what Icebox did.
Yeah.
She just drove it to the diner and all that stuff, and then I thought you could do that, and that's what made me want to go-kart so bad.
Well, if you live in Arizona, you can do that.
Yeah. Though, but
not as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Can you?
No.
True.
But that's the world we used to live in, where kids could just go do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you didn't have to worry as much as what we, now with the internet and people can. I'm not even going to go down that. But
Right.
it's not the same world. We have to pay a little bit more attention to our kids
Right.
and than what we were able to do way back when. So, man, I love the list, guys. So we should talk more in depth. But I agree. You know, listeners, viewers, let us know, what are your favorites? What are we missing? You know, and let us know why it's your favorites, because maybe we're missing something that we didn't even knew we were missing. So let us know your guys' favorite sports movies of all time. Super excited to see what everybody's got. So
Another one just popped in my head. Yeah, we need
boy.
to move on. I just thought of another one with Kevin Costner in it, and it's not Tin Cup.
no, I know
wait. Oh, I know what it is. Shoot, I
That
can't.
baseball movie.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can't remember the name. He's the
You breathe with your eyes.
For Love of the Game, right?
No.
When he's a pitcher for the Tigers.
Oh no,
that's a good one too.
That's another
one.
No, I was thinking about the one where he was in the minors and everything. Bull Durham.
See, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Wait,
Jeez,
am
how
I
many
thinking
is
of the
Kevin
same guy?
Costner in?
Yeah. Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Oh my goodness!
Right,
I can't do this right now. There's
That's
just
what I'm
too
saying.
many.
There's
too
so many. There's so many. Okay, let's pivot here, because I think we could go on a rant about that, and we should also talk about some things that happened over the week since we last talked to everybody.
Oh, please do.
Apparently, the NFL went crazy with alternates and throwbacks. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see any of those, but let's just, I guess, so we talked a little bit last week about the Buccaneers, so we're not going to revisit them. Okay, but I mean, do you want to?
I wanted to hear your official thoughts on it. I apologize for interrupting and taking us on a little rant. I wanted you to finish your thought because I think they're baller.
Well, let's do this. I will get back to. Okay, we'll do it right now. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the Buccaneers and the throwbacks that they released.
Yes.
So for everyone in Spotify land, we just brought up a picture of the 1976 Buccaneers white home creamsicles, and man, they just
those are sexy.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know if you get better. Like their whole rebrand in '97 was great. I loved the flag with the skull and the swords, but man, Bucko Bruce and the creamsicles nowadays they hit so much differently because the uniforms are just so clean and crisp. Love it. So
give me an Evans jersey all day.
Yeah, those go hard.
Yeah, give me a Baker. Give me a Baker jersey. Love that. So
I'll take a Chris Godwin with the wheelchair that comes with it.
Oh, that poor guy.
Oh my God, you're not wrong. Hey, quick question. Oh, go ahead.
So, I was going to say those are just such nice. They're so clean.
Yeah. Quick question about Mike Evans. I know it's not your jersey related. Is Mike Evans a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go 10 straight seasons, 1,000 yards. I get it. There's 17 games now, so it's a little bit washed out. But Mr. Consistency, get out of here.
And he's got a ring now too, so that that's ammo that can't be against him now. That he's got a ring too.
Okay, first ballot Hall of Famer. I agree. So, and yeah, this Bucko Bruce, this color, can't go wrong. Okay, well let's move on. Okay, let's go get somebody else here. And what are you guys looking? Who would you like to talk about next?
Saints. All day Saints.
Okay.
You want the Saints?
Got it. I mean, nobody cares about them this year. They're probably going to finish 1-16. But
ouch.
That is sick. Those
I do like
helmets
that.
are sick. No, on the top of that helmet there, all those little dots, those are actually little Saint emblems.
Yep.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the gold jersey, though? Because they've had the black helmet now, and they had it with the black jersey, I believe, but now they went with the gold jersey. So, tell me your thoughts.
I love it.
Okay.
Black and gold. Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, it does contrast really well. It looks good. I'm curious to see what it looks like on game day.
It looks like 6 turnovers with no quarterback. I don't even know who their quarterback is. No offensive line. Come time for fantasy football episode, that's one team I'm staying away from.
Okay, so You guys both really like the Saints alternates this year with the black helmet and the little Saint emblems in the middle crest, and then the gold jerseys with the black pants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan. I don't dislike it. Just not a big fan. That's all. So, okay, let's I'm going to throw this one up. You guys don't get to pick, all right? So, this one, let me know your thoughts. Ready? Here it comes. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So, the red Buffalo Bills helmets are making a return. Only for one game, though, this year. And it's going to be week 18 against the Jets. It's because it's going to be the final regular season game at Highmark Stadium. But it's the red helmets, white and blue stripes down the middle with the white face masks. These are the ones that went to the Super Bowl in the 90s. And one game only, but what do you think?
Ooh, so you kind of said what I was going at. You said, you know what this look reminds me of? This reminds me of 4 straight Super Bowl losses.
Yeah.
That's one heck of a way to celebrate, huh?
I don't like them.
You don't like them?
Nah.
Okay. I know the Buffalo Bills fans have been clamoring and begging for the red helmets to come back. Josh Allen wore one last year in practice, and since then it's been just the buzz in Buffalo since then. So, okay, so Billy out. Luca, what do you think?
Oh, I'm 2 feet in, doing the hokey pokey. Yeah, I love that. I love the helmet.
Okay.
To be honest, I didn't know that they were gone that long. But why'd they ever leave? That is such an awesome look. I miss that helmet so much more now seeing it, having a bigger buffalo on there. Sick look. I love it. I mean, you're writing the script now for them to lose in the Super Bowl. Got it. Love it.
Okay, I want you to hold on to that thought because we're going to ask a question at the end of this uniform thing here about Super Bowls. Okay, we were going to hold on to it a little bit later, but I think that's a great segue. So let's hold on to that thought. All right, let's get these guys off the stage, huh? All right, let's grab another one. Like I said, last week the NFL went crazy, and like the last 2 weeks, we'll say. So let's go grab this. Okay, so what we have up on the screen right now. The Cleveland Browns, who are literally taking the term brown way too far, at least in my opinion. So
it says
they went.
Dude Wipes.
It's presented by Dude Wipes. Okay, so Dude Wipes is absolutely presenting the Cleveland Browns alternate uniforms this year, which is brown helmets, 2 orange stripes, brown shirts, brown jerseys, no stripes other than orange lettering, and then brown pants, brown socks, and some guys have white shoes and brown pants. Brown socks, shoes, whatever. But anyway, it's literally presented by. They look like poop, and they're presented by Dude Wipes. So
do you see their slogan? We're taking you to Brown Town.
Jesus. Oh my god. So I don't know if they thought they were being funny on this. Good for them. The Browns went brown instead of orange. I get it. But Billy, give me your thoughts. Then Luca, after that, I got to know what you guys think.
I don't hate the color scheme of the brown and orange. I don't like it. But this, it looks like it's a used piece of toilet paper. Just wiped it. It turned out brown. And that's that.
Oh, man.
It's a pass for me.
Okay, Luca?
You know what? I wish they had a logo on the helmet. I wish they would redo the dog. And there's that, I keep saying that one chick, she's redone the Browns logos how many different ways. And they just need to use one of her logos of the dog on the side of the helmet. Just give it a little bit of flair so it's not just a complete brown poop. It could be a brown dog.
Brown poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than a dog pound. I think you got to play into that a little bit more than just brown jerseys presented by Dude Wipes. Not amazing. So
I mean, they're just dressing the way that like Deshaun Watson's going to play.
I was saying that's going to sound their season though. It's just going to be a big steamy pile of shit.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like we're all flushing them down the toilet.
They're gonna wear those the week that Shooter goes out there and plays quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's get them off the screen. We do, and there's still more. Okay, I'm going to throw this one up there. This one has not been confirmed. Okay, but it is sounding like this is the way they're going to go. Seattle Seahawks with the white home uniforms. This is their throwbacks. Last year they did introduce the blues. This year it sounds like they're going to be introducing the whites. Now this photo is brought to you by the Graphic God, someone that we follow on Instagram and TikTok, I believe. But so it does have the silver, okay, the old silver helmets with the blue face mask, and then it is the Seattle Seahawks old white jerseys with their old logo, the blue and the green, blue lettering, and it looks super clean. They really were. We took them for granted when they first came out in the 70s, and then we had them in the 80s and 90s because they did do a good rebrand after the Marshawn Lynch era when it first started, right? Like they did a good rebrand then. But this, when you look back, is clean. So, Billy, what do you think about this? That it's rumored. It has not been confirmed, but it sounds like this is the way they're going.
Anything's better than their lime green unis.
Okay.
Yeah, this is nice. I like this. Like you said, it's clean. I like the silver helmet. I like the white. I like the blue. It pops off the silver. It's nice. When you first threw the picture up, though, I was like, oh, Cowboys. Wait, Seahawks. So that's the only thing that made me hesitate at first. But nope, that one gets the nod from me.
All right. And Luca?
I want to like it. It just does nothing for me. I mean, it's not bad. It just does nothing for me, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be a Seattle hair, but you know what? I'm the guy who likes the lime green ones. Let's just throw that out there. So that's probably my problem. It's a me problem. That's what I'm finding out right now. It's a me problem.
It is a you problem.
All right. Nope, that's fair. And again, I personally am a big fan of them, but I think everybody's probably figured it out by now. I'm still living in the 90s. You know, 'cause the 90s had everything right, I think, with visuals and looks and just character and all that sorts of stuff. So definitely a win for me. I absolutely love these. I hope these come back. I know, again, the blues also look nice that they brought out last year. So it'll be good to see the yellows or the whites come back, and looking forward to it. All right. Did we talk about the Commanders last week?
No, we didn't.
Because we're talking about all these throwbacks. Let's quick talk about the Commanders. They could have a little bit of a touchy topic here because it does go back to the days of the Redskins. It was their fit for glory. Well, it says fit for old DC, but they also talked about fit for glory. This was their Super Bowl winning uniforms when they were the Washington Redskins. The only thing they have now is they have a W on the side instead of the chief. I forget his name, but who was a real person, by the way. So you know, they were. But anyway, it was the Washington Redskins. The Commanders now are throwing back to that. Billy, what are your thoughts on these throwbacks for Washington?
As much as I want to like it, because as part Native American, bring back the Redskins.
Yep.
Even the Native Americans are saying, we're not offended.
Yeah.
Bring back the Redskins. You're actually offending us by removing our iconic chief. I hate this. I hate this. Why? Because I would love it if it was the actual old school Redskins helmet. I don't like the blend of the old school Redskins with the Commanders helmet. I don't like it for that reason alone. You need to go all in, is my opinion. Or don't do it. If you're worried about the old logo offending somebody, then just don't even fucking bring the old pants and jersey into it then.
Yep.
That's a fair take. I mean, I'm sure that's something that they probably thought about, but just not very hard. So
yeah.
Okay, Luca.
I believe women viewership for the Skimmanders is at an all-time low ever since they've changed the logo.
Man.
So I mean, why they cried, they complained, they got it changed, and then they still don't even watch football. So who cares what your opinion is if you're not even watching them? You just want to be difficult. And so on that, I agree with Billy.
Okay. Bill, you make some great points, especially about, blending old with the new. I can see where they were trying they were trying to win both sides here, right? Like they're trying to go back, but you're trying to stay neutral with something that's not derogatory or politically incorrect. But you made a great point that there are Native American groups out there who are calling for the Washington Commanders to return to the Washington Redskins name and logo. And you made a great point, Ed, about how removing the the Redskins logo on the side of the helmet and removing the name is actually doing more harm by erasing the memories of Native Americans from being a part of something bigger like the Washington Redskins team was. So I agree with you guys. I like that they're trying to go back. They just went about it the wrong way. And again, my opinion, y'all can call us out for that. That's fine. But okay, so we have a very similar thought process on the Washington Commanders. Now, you guys know I'm waiting for one particular team here.
I know.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you wait just a little bit longer.
Oh,
Okay, because there's something
they're getting blue. They're getting blue.
They better be getting blue because when this comes, oh boy, yeah. I do want to share this quick before because I think this is a different view of the NFL lately. Coming up on the screen, okay, we're gonna talk about the white helmet thing that hit last year. Okay, I want to talk about that again before we talk about what we know we want to talk about. So what we brought up was there are 9 teams currently that have white alternate helmets. Okay, you have the New Orleans Saints with the white helmet, gold face mask. You have the Cincinnati Bengals, white helmet, black stripes, black face mask. The Cleveland Browns, again, with white, Y, with the brown and orange stripe down the middle. And then the Minnesota Vikings with like white and silver face mask. Jacksonville Jaguars, white helmet, same Jaguar head logo, but a black face mask. Dallas Cowboys, white helmet, white face mask. Green Bay Packers, white helmet, white face mask. And now with the Packers, I'll just quick note, fix this, please. Just put a yellow stripe down the middle so it matches your jerseys and your pants. Thank you, Packers. I will take royalties for that. Arizona Cardinals, white helmet. They had a white helmet anyway.
Isn't that their normal helmet?
Yeah, but this one has like the metallic bird and a silver face mask. And then you got the Denver Broncos, white helmet, white face mask. So give me your overall thoughts about the white helmet trend taking over the NFL. And if there's any of these that you like the best, let me know your thoughts. Billy, why don't you take us for a spin?
I love the white helmets, and this is what I prefer the Bills to wear with that blue is their white helmet, not the red.
Okay.
The Packers one I like. I do agree, throw a yellow stripe in there, but that Bengals one is mean.
Ooh, it goes hard.
Yeah. The Cardinals one, yeah, that just is their normal helmet. It looks like that's probably a kid's helmet if it's Kyler Murray's.
Yep.
The Vikings one, I mean, it's better out of the bunch. Yeah, Packers, Bengals for me. But yeah, Bengals is probably my favorite out of this.
Okay, that's a good take. Luca, what do you got?
The Saints helmet seems very fitting for the Saints. I think it's a great look.
Okay.
As far as being out there, you know how I'm always like taking it one step too far. Vikings, they took it one step too far, and it doesn't look bad. Like I don't hate it, and it's one of those you're like, I don't know about it, but it just works in a different type of way. I like that.
All right, that's fair. I think what I'll add to this is I already talked about the Packers. Again, being a homer, but I do think the Packers, when it's the white on white on white, I think it is just an amazing look with their winter warning game that they have. To fix it, all they need to do is put that yellow stripe down the middle. Then that helmet is probably untouchable to me. The other one, I really do like the Bengals, and I really do like the Saints because the Saints, I think of like white and pure, But the one I'm going to go the opposite direction here. I'm going to tell you the one I really dislike is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because in all honesty, it feels like they just made a white helmet and said, "Here." There's nothing behind it, and the black face mask sticks out.
Yeah.
It contrasts way too hard. They could have gone with a gold like the Saints. They could have gone with a teal blue. That would have looked really nice.
Oh,
I think.
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Right. So the Jaguars one I just dislike. The thought process was there, but it stopped at the beginning, and they're like, take it.
Yeah.
We don't want to try. So okay.
I'll add.
You guys say the Cowboys. It reminds you of the 90s when they had their white helmet, and they were actually good back then. So I don't like that one either.
Okay.
I'm going to add one more thing to T. West point for the Jaguars. I totally agree that it should be teal. It should have been a teal face mask.
Yeah.
But for the Jaguars, they've had a swing and a miss with their uniform. Remember the helmet with the gold and
the two-tone,
and the black, or whatever. Like that was foul. So not surprised they missed on this one too.
So I'll say this about the Jaguars real quick is that the Jaguars, and thank you for bringing that up, Bill. You make a really good point. The Jaguars, what they have the template set out right in front of them with their 1996 jerseys, right? It's right there. The colors are there, the gold, the teal, the black. It's all right there. And everything they've done, like their jersey set now was like, you know what? I gave my kid a marker and they colored it one solid color. Like, let's go with that. Didn't even color in the pants. So I hate their current sets. I just go back. Mark Brunell, that uniform with Jimmy Smith and Fred Taylor. Now that was a look. So
yeah.
Keaton Cardell. Yeah. I mean, how long is it before Jacksonville gets their team yanked? They're not even selling out that place. Just I don't know. I heard Nantucket needs a team or something like that.
Christ, Nantucket, that's what came to mind?
I don't know. Just some random city that has even less people that would fill it up even more.
Well, I'll say shout out to my buddy. Well, I guess you guys' buddy too for meeting him. Sean was stationed there and said he would go to Jaguar games all the time because the tickets were just dirt ass cheap.
Oh, I believe it.
So
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas, the time has come. Literally, time has come. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom. What do you see here? Green Bay Packers throwback uniforms. So what we're seeing here, we're seeing Green Bay Packers. They got brown pants on because it's supposed to look like the pants from way back in the day. They have the blue jerseys, gold numbering, gold stripes, and it looks like 3 stripes. And then they have leather-looking helmets. These helmets were hand-painted. And a little note, which is like the disappointing part from what I know, is the Packers came out and announced that they were going to do something that, and maybe I heard this wrong, something that had never been done before. Maybe it was just that it had never been done in the NFL before, because the University of Illinois last year had these same type of helmets that were hand painted, and they were supposed to look like leather throwbacks, right? So when the Packers came out and said they were going to do something that had never been done before, this wasn't what I had in mind. Now it's something that the NFL has never done before, but ultimate letdown for me. I do like the look. However, the blue and the gold looks really good on the Blue Bay Packers. But I think we're called the Green Bay Packers, so I wouldn't mind just sticking with the green and the white. So that's my thoughts on this throwback uniform. Billy, let me know what you got with the Packers 1923 throwbacks.
Just thinking the way Jordan Love's standing in that picture, I know he's just gearing to overthrow. Okay. So I like the creativity with the helmet, how it was painted to look like a leather helmet back in the day. Pretty creative. You did kind of ruin it for me a little bit, T. West, when you said that Illinois did that. So I was like, okay, so it's not 100% original, but for the NFL, I think it's cool. I mean, to be the first to do it in the NFL, like, yeah, totally cool. I'm gonna give it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just because I like the creativity. I don't mind the blue. I kind of miss a little bit of the green and gold, but that's the colors they had back then. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the Blue Bay Packers are hopefully a team to beat this year. So, Luca, what are your thoughts on this 1923's throwback for the Packers?
All right, so obviously they're going to wear it during the Steelers game, like you said. I think the Steelers are going to be carrying the game as far as the looks go. I think on field with the Steelers, it won't look nearly as bad as what it does now. It just does nothing for me. And like you said, uh, you know, I didn't realize Illinois was an NFL team now. So I knew this is what it was going to be. I knew it. This is how it was going to look, and the all greens is where they should have stopped. It was good. The older ones in the mid 2000s with Jordy Nelson, where they had even like the dot in the middle with the number, and those were Acme blue. They've done it so much better in the past. This one does nothing for me. Nothing at all. I'm sorry, Green Bay.
That's fair. I think the one other thing I want to note here is that it's not quite a real 1923 throwback, because I think this is a combination of two different eras, two different uniforms that they're kind of like mixing together. So it's not completely 1923 as they're trying to push that our way. Again, I don't mind it. The blue and the yellow does look good. The other thing I'll say about the 1950s with the green on green look, the one thing, and I did reach out to a guy on Twitter, Uniwatch, UNI, and then Watch, WATCH. I did ask him what he thought about teams going back to throwbacks, but it was during a time frame where they were not successful. And he had mentioned that he didn't really bother him that much. So I wanted to get his thoughts on that, because he's very, into the uniform world. The 1950s throwbacks for the Packers, to me, being that this was a very bad time for the Packers where we were not successful, I didn't like them. I did get the jersey, Aaron Rodgers jersey of that time frame, so I can't be too hypocritical at that point. But wasn't a fan. This one, I might get this one because I do like it, but I don't like it. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm you know what? I'm a mess right now anyway, so just a hot mess. I don't know what to think. But all in all, I think that's it for touching on the NFL throwbacks right now. Wait a minute, I lied. I got one more thing that I want to share, guys. Are you guys familiar with the rivalry series that's coming out?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find that. Do I have that? So as I don't. You know what? I don't think I have that saved right now. We're going to talk about that as it gets closer. So we're not done with uniform reveals yet. There is a rivalry series coming out for the NFL. 8 teams are getting separate jerseys they're going to play teams within their division. So looking forward to that. We'll talk about that one in a little bit.
It's coming out right before Labor Day weekend. So probably a good time to talk about it on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I cannot wait till Labor Day weekend comes. That's going to be a ton of fun. But we really packed a lot into there. Thank you guys for joining me on the jersey talk. Now, do you guys remember what we were talking about before with the Buffalo Bills and the whole Super Bowl thing? I do think I want to end on this topic. We were talking a little bit beforehand that maybe we wanted to push it out a little bit into the preseason and after injuries and things like that. But let's do a quick talk about it now, and maybe we'll talk about it then too as things change. So this topic is going to be, who wins a Super Bowl first? Now, we're going to bring this up on the screen here. So this is for everyone in Spotify land again. Who wins the Super Bowl first? And there are 12 teams that have not won a Super Bowl. The teams are the Arizona Cardinals, Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, Atlanta Falcons, Cleveland Browns, Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo Bills, mind you, 0-4 in a row. The Detroit Lions, who are just the Detroit Lions. The Minnesota Vikings, also 0-4. Carolina Panthers, 0-2. Houston Texans, and the Tennessee Titans. So those are the 12 teams that have never won a Super Bowl. Who gets one first, guys? Billy, I'll let you take a minute to kind of, who do you think is going to win their first Super Bowl, and is it this year?
Okay. So I was thinking about this last episode. Luca did bring up a good point that almost made me change my mind. He brought up, is Joe Burrow the next Dan Marino?
Oh,
by
that
never
was-
winning a Super
Mhm.
Bowl. And at the time, I was like, nah, no. But the more and more I started thinking about it, I was like, wow, holy shit. He went to a Super Bowl early on in his career, lost.
Mhm.
Dan Marino never got back. Could Joe Burrow follow in those same footsteps? I'm like, yeah, Luka might be right,
Yeah.
but I don't want to agree with him. So,
Yeah, you've been doing way too much of that lately.
so as much as I think history could repeat itself for Joe, I am a fan, so I would like to see him win one.
Mhm.
So, dude, this is hard. Vikings, hell no. Jaguars, nah, they're not there yet. Kyler Murray, no. The Detroit Lions are up there for me, but fuck Bruce.
Fuck Bruce.
Who wins a Super Bowl first? Man, this is hard. This is
Mhm.
so. Who do I want to win one out of this list first? I'm going to go with the Bengals. That's who I would like to see. I like Joe Burrow. I like Jamar Chase. I think they have a good team. However, all jokes aside, I do think Luka, is kind of right about that. I'm going to say the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills win a Super Bowl first out of this list. Sorry, that was very long-winded for me just to give you the answer of Buffalo Bills. So
that's good. We like the long-winded answers. Luka, you get a short-winded answer though. Go.
Browns.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what team has a chance now. I hope they bring Kirk Cousins back, but now that they've cut Kevin King, that fucking bum. They have a chance.
God.
They have a chance at winning that division. All right, now I'm done. I thought you were going to bring it up way earlier. That's why we did that real quick.
I didn't want to throw us off right away.
No, if we talk about it, we talk about it. That fucking bum. Realistically, script writers, if they have their way, it should be Bills versus Lions this year. Two really good teams who have been hosed in recent years.
Yeah.
Look, if the Lions don't win it this year with how loaded that team is, I don't think they ever will. Look, it's got to be their year. I don't want to hear Lions talk. Like, we got Super Bowl. We're so cool now.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that team is so good that they were able to draft however they wanted to and reach on picks. And we thought they had a bad draft. They didn't really need to have a good draft. Like, they're so freaking loaded that they could experiment and see if they could develop some grenades out there and just explode the NFL. So, yeah, I'm going to go Lions. If they don't win it this year, I don't. They never will. They never will.
So can I add one thing before T West gives his pick? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it'll be 2026. Their last one was in 56. Maybe there's some 70-year thing like the Bucks when they won 50 years apart. I don't know.
I don't know either. Go ahead, Billy.
So I was going to say the Bills besides fuck Bruce, but the reason why I didn't pick the Lions is because the NFC North was a really tough division last year. It really could have been anybody's division, and it came down between the Lions and Vikings in that last game. Lions won. Then they had the curse of the first round bye and got bounced in the next round by Washington.
Yep.
So if the division was weaker, I'd say yeah, but I mean, it's a tough division.
I mean, they went 15-2 in that division, and they had that many injuries, and now they have all those guys back. I mean,
still, I'm just saying if the division stays that strong, it could be tougher for them. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to throw something you guys' way. Okay. So I want you to look at this graphic on the screen and take a look at the Los Angeles Chargers colors. Take a look at the Detroit Lions colors. And take a look at the Buffalo Bills colors. Okay. I'm not counting the Panthers because the Panthers suck and they're not going to make it. Okay.
What? You mean they're not going to make the playoffs? Come on.
No. But what I'm going to bring up right now is take a look at the logo for this year's Super Bowl and look at the colors. Remember how we talked about the Super Bowl logo colors and how they are predicting Super Bowls? Mm-hmm. The colors are blue.
Mm-hmm.
All blue. Shit. Right? So to me, you got California with the bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Chargers? I don't know. But the
I think it's
Blues,
San Francisco because that's where the
well, I
Super
know
Bowl is.
that, but it's California, right? So do you get the California team with the Los Angeles Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a blue. Okay. And then the other blue is going to be the Detroit Lions because that's different shades of gray and blue that they got snuck in there. I think it's too dark for the Bills. And I think the Bills are just, they have the MVP in Josh Allen, who shouldn't have been the MVP, unfortunately. Katie, don't kill me. But they're missing some pieces, right? They're missing that running back, that all-star running back, Pro Bowl, whatever you want to call him, all-pro. But looking at the logo, I think this is going to be a really weird Super Bowl if it really is Chargers and Lions. But if you look at the colors, it's Chargers Lions. Colors say Chargers Lions. Boom.
You know what it's going to be? You're going to throw us all for loose. It's going to be Panthers Jaguars.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! You know what? That would be crazy because 30 years ago they both came into the league in 1995, and now it's 2025.
Yeah.
You know what? We got you, script writers.
Yep.
We figured you out.
Happy Gilmore 2, 30 years later.
Yep.
Panthers Jaguars, 30 years later.
We absolutely figured you guys out.
It's a small market year, guys. You're so wrong. Small market year. It's going to be Lions, Bills.
Nine of those are small market teams. Sorry.
I mean, they're not top 5.
Okay, that I'll give you.
Teams out there. Like, you got to look at the ratings.
Okay.
Right? Lions didn't have ratings up until 3 years ago.
Yeah, true. So, okay. Well, okay. So you guys, I love your picks. My picks are just based off the color of the Super Bowl logo. Either the Lions or Chargers are going to win their first Super Bowl this year. So, I hope it's not the Lions because again, fuck Bruce. So,
Go Chargers.
but that's what I got for you this week, guys. Thanks for coming along. I think we really packed a lot in there. Again, love the talk. We got to talk more about sports movies, I think, because they were just so good. Maybe we'll pick one and we'll just watch it and talk about it or something. Absolutely loved it. Loved we caught up on all the uniforms. So I think we're waiting on the NFL rivalry uniform releases. We'll talk more about those. Yeah, there's unfortunately a lot of people have left us too soon this last week.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for giving an ode to them. And yeah, any last words, guys, before we close the bar down for this week?
Yeah, I got one. Save a horse, eat a bat. Instead of ride a cowboy, eat a bat for Ozzy.
Eat a bat for Ozzy. Okay.
Whether it be a Louisville Slugger or a real bat, take one for the team.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to call it. Billy, you follow up that one.
I'm going to say the self-proclaimed fan, number one fan, PJ. If he made it this far, here is an Easter egg for him. PJ, are you a William Hung fan? And we'll see if he makes it to the end of this podcast after all this Jersey talk.
I don't know that he is a self-proclaimed number one fan. I mean, we got another self-proclaimed number one fan who's now watching some Brewer stuff, and his name is Brian with a Y. I think the two should fight it out.
One thing we have to also shout out is the guy that responded to you, Luca, on YouTube about the NL West when you're talking about when you and T West were talking about the best divisions in the MLB. You're talking about what the AL East and the NL
East,
Central.
Yep. Yeah.
He also said the NL West minus the Rockies. You can't give them a shot. So I'm looking it up now.
I would 100% agree with what he said, other than the Diamondbacks gave up, and that's not cool. I mean, just because Corbin Burns is out and you guys were 2 games below 500, not fair. It is an absolutely loaded NL West. I completely agree, but now you're just down to 3 mammoth teams that are going to go at it.
Well, shout out to YouTuber Bob the Builder 27. Thanks for your comment.
Yeah, thanks
for your input. And if you're watching this, keep watching.
All right.
And like and subscribe to it.
Perfect. Okay. I think the last thing that I'm gonna I'm going to end with here, and I'm just going to share it on the screen real quick. Here's the secondary logo for the next Super Bowl. I'm not over this yet, okay? I'm not over this. Look at the colors.
I see some green and gold in there.
I see green and gold, and I see some pinkish purple. Maybe is that Packers Ravens? You know, I do see the blues in there yet, but there's lots of green and gold in there. I'm just saying.
I see the Illuminati pyramid in there too. Okay.
What?
If you don't see our Bears colors.
Oh, because the Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. Yeah, absolutely. So
It's our year. It's our year.
So I'm not done with this conspiracy yet. I'm on to you, script writers. I'm gonna figure it out. So on that note, y'all just take some time, make sure you love the ones you're with. And to all those that we've lost along the way, here's to you guys.
Yeah, tune into the boat. Let's get it. Let's get it, get it. You did it, 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 get it. You've been into the burp. Let's get it.